Let's check out this thing. Invictus blades, first time in the channel. This is definitely a debut. We got the sort of griffin going on there, right? The eagle with 4 legs and wings and all that. So let's see what this is all about. There we go, right? No plastic bag, no nothing. Cutting right through the chase here. What is this thing? Holy smokes. Okay, well, first impression, let me go ahead and get the box out of the way here. First impression, we are dealing with, obviously, a premium knife, no doubt about that. Let me get my magnet of truth here, all right? Titanium, all right? We got some liners inside. Okay, there we go, titanium. Actually, the pivot, obviously, is what was giving me pull. But these look to be solid titanium scales. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense because we got these beautiful inlays here for the sort of lava-looking carbon fiber, right? It's like a shredded carbon fiber with some red accents on there. Looks really good, like ashes. Like, you know, you just put the fire out, you know, and then you see those ashes still burning, right? That looks really, really good, man. Lots of personality here, right? Bunch of little like milling lines and little tweaks and things. Details everywhere I'm picking up on right away. Nice little contour line even around the inset right there. Looking really good. Looks to be a flipper, a button lock. Let's go ahead and get this guy open. Wonder if we have a model for this. Do we? No, we don't. So otherwise, I'll put the model on the screen right there. And without further ado, bam. Okay, look at this thing. Holy smokes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a sweet knife right here. Holy smokes, making a good first impression, I'll tell you that. M390 on the blade, in case that wasn't obvious enough. Maybe that could have been printed a tiny bit smaller. But yeah, M390 on this sort of bee-blasted finish. Looking really good. You have what kind of looks like a fuller up here, right? But it's closer to the edge. It is a drop point blade, flat grind situation going on there. We got the logo going on in the blade there as well. I'm glad that's actually kind of small and not too big. And it is a plunge lock button lock, right? In the same traditional sense of many popular button locks like the the Crawley here from Sencut. So good old fashioned plunge lock button lock. It's interesting because the button is actually pretty big from this side, but it's a little bit smaller on the inside, right? But yeah, definitely good access to that button. And it is on ball bearings. All right, good action, right? It is definitely very, very smooth there. So can we deploy with the button? Of course we can. All right, good jump back flipper. Got some teeth to it, right? Bam. That's pretty cool. Good alignment also as well, right? Good action, good alignment. Kind of makes me feel like maybe we could have had some thumb studs here. Can I deploy it without thumb studs? I guess I can. Kind of use that fuller. If you pull up on that blade and give it a little flick of the wrist, right, you can make it work. Yeah, well, you're trying to reverse. I'm trying to deploy it in ways that it wasn't intended to be deployed. But yeah, you got the button lock and you got the flipper. So those are pretty sweet. Also, pay attention to the detail here, right? There's a little cutout in this section for your finger. So it lands really good right there. And then, bam, right? We can light switch it. Can we push button it? That works too. Yeah, either way, you'll be able to flip this guy here very easily, very reliable. All right, stock ergonomics. It's a little bit on the thick side for sure. And it doesn't feel like a ton of weight. That's one thing I'm noticing here. Maybe those inlays are actually pretty deep. Yes, they are. As you can see here, about half of the girth is those inlays. It does not feel like a heavy knife at all, even though you would think based on the girth of the overall handle right there. But yeah, average size hands, not the biggest of hands, not the smallest of hands. And we are good to go, right? The button is actually pretty pronounced. So if I'm an idiot and I push it, yeah, it will disengage. So you would want to keep your thumb away from that button. Other than that, the flipper works as a finger guard and you are good to go. No forward chuck position. At least I wouldn't recommend it because you'll be very close to the edge. It looks like, again, these are just first impressions. I haven't seen this knife at all up until now. And at least so far, the action is really good, right? We'll do our scientific cutting test here in just a moment. Let's just do some quick size comparisons here, all right? Let's run it by the typicals here in the channel. We got the Spidey Bros, the Manix 2, the Yojimbo 2, right? It's going to be very comparable there, a little bit shorter than both of these guys, right? Microtech Bros here, MSI, and the Stitch, right? Those are going to be definitely much bigger. Demko AD 20.5 and the Kunwu Chad, right? Very comparable to the AD 20.5, perhaps a hair bigger, obviously shorter than the Chad. Kizer Militaw, right? It's going to be a little bit bigger. Civivi Vision FG, right? A tad bit bigger, somewhere in that vicinity. And last but not least, we got the Vosteed Raccoon, and we got the CJRB Hectare Alt, right? A little bit bigger than the Hectare Alt, a hair shorter than the Raccoon, but certainly in between there somewhere. Guys, hopefully you own some of these knives. That gives you a ballpark. That's the whole idea, so you can sort of see where this guy lands size-wise. Well, there you have it, guys. This is the Invictus Blades, right? Very interesting name. Invictus Blades, whatever model is on your screen right there. Again, I'm just so new to this brand and so new to this company. It's a debut in the channel. So I'm excited for what this is, right? It definitely has a lot of personality lines everywhere. I'm loving the work in the titanium, good contouring everywhere, good personality lines and different designs all the way through. Not to mention that carbon fiber looks really good. And man, we didn't even talk about the pocket clip. It is a pretty awesome pocket clip, pretty straight. Got some speed holes there, pill shape holes going on. And again, if you squeeze really hard on it, that's still a good solid 9.5 out of 10 right there. And it feels the hand. It's pretty good, right? Both, for me at least, index and middle finger kind of sort of land in this first portion. All other fingers follow suit. Good jimping there. Boom. We can get to work. So hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Either this one or this one. Peace.